we have the brains, we need the heart. Because when you're smart but you don't have the heart, you don't have that love for humanity, you will use that intelligence. You will use that intelligence to control, to destroy. It's like, for example, nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is not bad in itself. It can be used for good. We have the intelligence. We are smart enough to work with nuclear energy. It's just that we don't have the heart. So what do? What do those people at the top do? They use it to create weapons. Like the nuclear bomb they threw over Hiroshima. And they used to kill millions, to destroy this world. And it's so sad because we are really clever. We have the intelligence. But if only we had the heart. We can build so many things. Instead of making things for destruction, we can make things for creation, and to create technologies to help all those people in Africa, India, South America. But because we lack the heart, we lack that compassion, we lack that love, that unity for one another. And some people do have this. We naturally, our human beings, our intentions, our instinct is to love one another. It's just that through this system, through the conditioning, we are slowly taught to hate each other. We are slowly taught to be divided, to fight amongst each other, and to only think about ourselves. I mean, when I was growing up, I remember being into hip-hop music, rap music, and all these artists, Jay-Z, all the 50 Cent, others. And all they would talk about was how much better they were than the other person, that how much money they were earning, and putting everybody else down, that they were the best. And you grow up with that mentality about seeing everybody else as less than you, and that you only care about yourself. And that's the mentality we've got today. People are just looking out for themselves. They don't care about anybody else. They're just concerned about getting money. And that's how society slowly destroys each other. But when we realize, when we have a society that teaches us that we are equal, that we are all humans, that it doesn't matter about your appearances. Beauty is not in the appearances. Beauty is in the heart. It's who you are inside, your soul. And when we realize that we are equal, that we need to unite, because when we're divided, we are conquered and ruled. But the system doesn't want that. The people that run the system, they don't want that. They don't want you to realize that the man next door is your brother. They don't want you to think that those people in Africa are your brothers and sisters. They want you to see them as different. So when you see all the injustice, when you see them starving, when you see them dying, you will feel nothing. And maybe you feel sorry for them, and then these charities, they feed on that pity that you have, and they ask you to give £2 a month, just £2 a month, and everything will be okay. That's what they've made you believe. That's how degenerate this. That's how disgusting and evil this society is. That sometimes the people that are taking the resources of those people in Africa, those same people own the charities, and then they make you pay £2 a month just to make it all better, just to feed your ego and to stop feeling bad about not doing nothing. That's how evil the society, the people at the top, are crazy control freaks. They want to control everybody. They just want to dominate. They want to rule and impose their will on everybody. That's why they've put this police state. I live in London. There's cameras everywhere, in the airports. And it's not just in London, in my country, South America. Anybody who protests against these big corporations or against the government, they just disappear. Just literally paramilitary groups and people in men in uniforms with their face covered, they just come and take them away. Actually, my country has gotten so bad where you can be in the street and people will come in motorbikes and shoot you dead in the street if you speak bad about the government or any corporation, if you speak bad about anything that goes against the system. Because the system is ruthless. Anybody who stands up against them, they will eliminate. They will eliminate. And I remember a friend of mine, she went to protest here in London against this gold mine that they're gonna make in Peru. And she said at the protest there was people taking pictures of them, and how these people will say that, come up to them and say, now we know who you are. If you go to Peru, we know who you are. We have your picture. And this is all about intimidating you and showing you that they have the power. And that is to intimidate you and stop you from standing up. Because once you stand up against evil, you're the example. You're the light for others to see and to follow your example. They don't want you to do that. It's like that Disney film. A Bug's Life, where the grasshoppers, they literally have control over the ants. But the grasshoppers are only a few, and the ants outnumber them. So the grasshopper says to them, if one ant stands up against us, soon they will all rise up against us. So we can't even let one ant, they can't even let one person stand up against them, because once one person stands up and talks against them, others will follow, it will encourage others to do the same. And they don't want that. They want you to be a coward. They want you just to sit there day after day watching the TV, doing nothing, giving £2 a month to little charities to supposedly help the less fortunate. And I remember speaking to a friend, and we were talking about how much we've advanced. And she said that we have advanced because doctors nowadays can diagnose more and more illnesses. They treat more and more illnesses. That was a sign of advancement. And I asked myself, why is there so many people ill? They say it's advancement because doctors nowadays, they treat more and more people with illnesses. Why is there so many people ill? And then you look at all the junk food, the Coca-Cola, aspartame, fluoride in the water. You see all this pollution, all them chemicals in the water, in the food. And then you realize, why is there so many people ill? We're not at the peak of civilization. If anything, we've fallen so low, we're at the lowest. You're telling me we're at the peak of civilization, where there's so many wars, where there's people starving. And if you look at the continents like South America, where some people are starving, and I've actually seen this for myself. When I first went to Colombia, I saw little kids younger than my sister, around 4 or 5 years old, looking through bins for food. And then you realize how rich Colombia is. A land where everything grows. They have every type of fruit that grows because of the weather. The weather there is so good that every type of crop grows. We have oil, we have gold, we have every type of resource, and yet there's people